What's up, everybody? Looks like we are live. It is now the 54th episode, so we are past a full year of doing the Corvette Weeklies with Vet Syndicate, Horsepower Obsessed, Protective Dad Pranks, and Front Seat Driver over here. Together, we form Vet Syndicate, and it is kind of a Corvette group for everybody. So, actually, we'll start that off with the Vet Syndicate talk. If Jason or Steve, if you want to talk to us about the show coming up this weekend, when and where, and what to expect.
Go for it, Jason.
Corvettes. We have quite a few people that are supposedly going to be attending. It is this Saturday, April 29th at Texas Harley-Davidson in Bedford, Texas. And it is from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. We think we're going to have good weather. You know, the weather keeps changing, not like it does up in PA, but, we keep getting little, we get people texting us with different weather, predictions. But right now it's looking fantastic. We're going to have food trucks. We're giving away a bunch of merch. It's going to be an absolute blast. We had 143 or whatever Corvettes that showed up last time. We are expecting maybe not 143. I actually don't know, but we do think it's going to be quite large. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of people. It's going to be a lot of fun. The people are what make it, fun. It's nice to see all the Corvettes because, we all love Corvettes, but without the people, it's just, it's like going to a dealership. So it's a lot of fun. We have a blast.
Yeah. So guys, Jason kind of hit it on the head with the weather here. So today I was telling him in Pennsylvania today, we got to see some snow. Yeah. We got to see some snow, and I'm looking at my weather application and we have a freeze warning, which is awesome. And I told Jason just this past week we were in the 80s, and then we got snow today. Like, oh man, it's nuts. But yeah, the Pennsylvania weather sucks. But Jason's talking about giveaways, which is going to kind of link us into our next topic real quick here. There's a lot of stuff to talk about tonight, guys, but we do technically have 2, possibly 3 giveaways happening tonight. So the first one is going to be the AMT custom design door sills. So I know you guys have already seen these, but the winner of them was Steve Robertson. He actually recently sold his C8, so he doesn't need them. He passed. Then we drew a second name, which was Matt Hurley. He doesn't want them on his Z06 because the Z06 actually says Z06 on the sill plate, not Corvette. So he passed. So now these things are still available. What we're going to do is it is 7:36 Eastern time. We're going to run until 7:50 p.m. And so 15 minutes basically. If you want to get in on this giveaway one last time, go ahead and throw in a $10 donation on Super Chat or the Venmo, which is pinned up at the top of the chat over here. Every $10 is an entry. These things are still available. So we have removed the 2 names that don't want to win, so they're not going to be in the drawing anymore. The next spin of this wheel could be you if you want to throw an extra couple bucks at it. We're going to run this real quick for 15 minutes tonight, and then right afterwards, we're going to jump into a new giveaway, something even bigger. So, yeah, if you want to win the door sills, now's the chance. I'm going to give it until, like I said, 7:50 tonight. Yeah, generally we still do have them. Unfortunately, the 2 people that won had some reason not to take them, so they elected to give them back to the channel and let us finish a giveaway with somebody else. So, yeah. Vet Sweetnoss took delivery of his Z06 Saturday. Currently getting paint correction, full PPF, ceramic tint, and scrape armor. Listen to that. That is literally. I would, if I didn't know any better, I'd say you read my book on how to protect a car before driving it. That's exactly what you should do. Yeah, big congrats. Big congrats. Good for you, Vet Sweetness. I'm happy to hear it. LT4 powered, yeah, that's very true. If you don't like the weather in Pennsylvania, just wait 24 hours. Because it will change. You get all 4 seasons typically in 1 week. So anyway, guys, like I said, if you want to donate to win those door sills, the Venmo is up at the top of the chat, or you can actually go ahead and just scan this code right here on the screen with your phone if you're not watching with your phone, and it will take you right to where you need to make that payment of $10. Every $10 is an entry. But while we're waiting for the next 12 minutes, let's talk about a little bit of news here. So we do have something interesting that popped up, which is the C8 ERAY getting a little bit of a boost, I guess, with the visualizer. So every now and then they're improving the visualizer. GM is still kind of building on this thing to make it something a little bit better, something a little bit more in depth, and they're adding options, of course. So it's good to check this out from time to time. And the Corvette blogger updates us anytime there are any changes, whether they're big or small. And in this case, they're kind of small. There's a few additional colors for the badging on the rear of the car. So if you wanted to get it in Arctic white and stuff like that, that's available now, where apparently it wasn't in the beginning. So definitely check out the Corvette blogger if you're interested in building an E-Ray and you want some additional options. Now, the one option we talked about a little while ago was the fact that we couldn't tell if it was the visualizer glitching or if it was actually an option that you were going to be able to have a clear cover available underneath the tonneau cover of the convertible. That seems to have been fixed. It's not visible anymore. So I'm assuming that was in fact a glitch. So any of you out there who were excited about that, sorry, but I don't think it was legit. General Lee says, Justin, where are my Scrape Armor grills? It's been a minute. Yeah, I've been in contact with the guys over at Scrape Armor. They are insanely busy trying to work getting these things done. The Z06, he told me the last time I talked to him, which was just the other day, it's kind of up in the air as to whether the Z06 or the C8 is going to get the side intake grills first. So keep an eye out for that, I guess. They are working around the clock apparently to meet demand because there are a lot of people that want these things, especially for the Z06, and they want it to be available basically the second you buy the car, and that's hard to do without a pretty large stockpile apparently. So stay tuned, General. I do plan on being able to get you guys some sort of discount on those things. I mean, obviously, if you go ahead and order it, you can do that as well. But even then, there is going to be a little bit of a back order process, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Steve Robertson's in the house. How you doing, Steve? Because we're nice people. Yeah, that's exactly right. Steve, you are very nice people. Let's see. Elijah, we're going to talk a lot about the E-Ray being banned. There's a lot to this. Actually, me and Jason have a lot to talk about with you guys because of what it is really that's causing this car to get banned in the in certain events. So we'll talk about that in a second. Blown 6 Gen, you are actually the third person, believe it or not, the third person in the last week and a half that has told me that exact same thing. The side vent covers apparently don't fit really well. I'm hoping that the Scrape Armor ones are better, and usually Scrape Armor freaking nails it with fitment, so I'm sure they're going to be. Yeah. Zippity's Garage is in the house. Zippity, congrats on the new job. I heard about that, man. That's fantastic. Good for you. So for those of you who don't know, Zippity is now an employee of Sioka.
Wow.
Very cool. Very cool. So that means any questions you have about Sioka, reach out to Zippity. I'm sure he's going to love that. Just get bombarded with emails. General Lee says, Steve, smile. At least pretend that you're happy. Do it. There it is. Look at that. He looks happy.
I'm actually multitasking for this weekend show. So
there you go.
Right. But hey, what is that car up in the corner?
That's a good point. I did not mention that yet. So, guys, this is the car of the week. This is obviously a Z06. This is a subscriber of mine named William. He just sent me this, and he asked me hopefully that he would make it on as the car of the week. And I said, you know what? I believe that's the Midnight Rose color, and they didn't make a whole lot of those, and it was one of my favorite colors on the Z06, especially, and believe it or not, with chrome wheels. I think that color looks perfect with chrome wheels. And I thought I'll throw that up there as the car of the day or the car of the week because it is gorgeous. So, yeah, this is a subscriber named William. That's his ride. Again, guys, if you want to have your car show up here, you can have it. Shoot me an email with a picture of your car or send it over to the Vet Syndicate Instagram channel, and we'll get it done.
You know, I've never even heard of Midnight Rose.
I'm pretty sure that's what that's called.
Black Rose or Midnight Rose? I'm not saying it's not. I really don't know.
Let's see. I'm pretty sure it's Midnight. Yeah, it's Midnight Rose. I just looked it up.
I have never seen that one in person.
Or no. A Black Rose Metallic.
Oh, okay, okay.
Wow, where did I come up with Midnight Rose? Yeah, Black
Black
Rose Metallic. So it wasn't a hugely produced color from what I recall. And I've only actually seen 2 of them in person.
Yeah.
But it is a very nice color. I don't know where I came up with Midnight Rose. That was definitely interesting. But yeah, Black Rose. Yep.
Yeah. That's a great color, though. It really is.
So Steve Robertson with the first question of the day for Zippity. Can you get me a free Z06? I mean, I don't think that's not asking too much there, Zippity. I mean, your very first deal of being a Ciocca employee, get some guy a free Z06.
Well, 11 seconds pretty close to getting his, though, because how many do they do a year? He's at number 3,555. So he's probably up there next week or the following week after that. That's a low number.
Who was this?
11 second. He's at Ciocca. He's number 3,555. So
honestly, I mean that you're still probably a year or 2 out, but it's moving faster now, and we're going to talk about that in a second. The allocations seem to be moving a little bit quicker with the Z06 recently. So as much as that sounds like a ridiculous number, that's not actually as far away as it might sound, especially at Ciocca, because they do so much business. Midnight Rose was your secret girlfriend. Yeah. Oh man, that just sounds horrible. Midnight Rose is, there's a lot of implications to be made in that name.
Yeah, I can't say where I met her, like what club or anything like that, but
it was definitely a club with a name like that. There was no way that that's actually a person.
Little pole in the middle,
That's right. So Future Sean, guys, you know him. He's on the channel a lot. Future Sean's build date for his Z06 is May 1st. And that's coming through Ciocca, right, Future Sean? I'm pretty sure it is. So you're saying there's a chance. Yeah, definitely. That very nice Dumb and Dumber quote. Slow Vet Man says, anyone wanting a 70th anniversary Z06 white? My sales guy messaged me about it today. Too much for me right now. 207K, 50K over, I believe. It's at the dealership right now. So if any of you guys are willing to pay 50K over for a 70th anniversary, message Slow Vet Man. Sounds like we can get you into a car if that's the case. But what's that?
Is that the vet at Stonebriar, the Z06 at Stonebriar?
It probably is. They've got 3 coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Lego D17 says, Justin, are you still on a list somewhere for a Z06? I am on 3 different lists for a Z06. 2 of them I'm number 1 and 1 of them I'm number 2. And none of them have gotten an allocation yet, which is really ridiculous. But hopefully that's going to change here soon based on the fact that we're going to talk a little bit about the Z06 allocation process here in a second. And it does seem like it's getting a little bit better. Future Sean's is through Ciocca, so you may actually deal with Zippity's garage, Future Sean. We are going to talk about that as well, Future Sean. That's my 4th tab of the web browser here we're going to discuss.
James Wood, okay.
Oh, man, Steve Robertson says he was number 1,400 at Ciocca and he got his deposit back. You're probably just about to get called up, I bet. I want to say that they're pretty close to 1,000 at this point, but I could be wrong. The last I checked, they were like, I think 600 or 800. So they're not that far away. Fast Nos McMulkin is actually the largest Corvette dealership currently. Technically, they beat out Ciocca by a couple Corvettes, so they're actually number 1.
Ooh.
I think it was McMulkin, wasn't it? Yeah.
That's
No,
fine,
yeah,
right?
it was McMulkin. It wasn't Criswell. So those are like the top 3. McMulkin, Criswell, Ciocca. You're going to get your car pretty quick through them, even if it's a higher, even if your allocation number is higher. Wow, so General Lee's going to be in an area where there's 4 Z06s soon. That's pretty nice. That means that these things are starting to come out. Yeah, fingers crossed, Lego. That's all I can say. I've got enough spots in my hands, just no allocations. That's the kind of the question I was asking. 2020 Matrix 8 says, how many Z06 allocations has Sioka had so far? I'm pretty sure they were either 6 or 800 last time I checked that they had moved through so far. Yeah, Black Rose, same kind of thing that the problem I'm running into. He's number 12 at Whitmore, but they don't have any allocations. And that's the thing is, like, you could be just like I am. I'm number 1 at 2 different dealerships. It doesn't matter. I've been number 1 since they announced the Z06. It doesn't matter. They're not getting any allocations. Yeah, 4 time to sell.
Yeah, I was gonna say LT4. That was a good one.
General, I'm going to get into some cold start clips here shortly, but I do want to talk about some news first. And actually, we just hit 750, so let me check, see if we got any Venmos, because we do want to finish up this giveaway from AMT Custom Designs. So no, we didn't get anything. So we're going to run with the same ones we already had. We're going to go ahead and finish up this giveaway. So hopefully if you guys have donated for the AMT Custom Designs, you're on here. Go ahead and run it, Steve.
Okay, this is hopefully the winner. Jamie.
All right, so Jamie, believe that's Jet Driver, if I recall correctly. It looks like you have won. I believe you do have a Z06 last I remember, or a C8 last I recall.
He's in
You are
here.
on here. I saw your name a little bit ago. So if you are still on here, Jamie, you have won. So let me know if you want those door sills. Steve, if you want to hold them up one more time just so he knows what he has won. There they are. Ninja noises and all.
Oh, I can't wait to the next one. I'm ready for the next giveaway.
Jet Driver says no.
Oh my god.
You don't have a C8 Jet Driver? I thought you did. Why do I?
That's him, right? He's Jamie.
I'm pretty sure that's his name, yeah. In the meantime, let's see. AARPM says, Justin, the dealership my Stingray order is going through has had 2 Z06 allocations, and they are a small dealership. Wonder why your dealerships haven't gotten any. And that's the weird thing, is that the 2 dealerships that I'm number 1 at are bigger dealerships. They're not like Sioka big, but they're bigger. I feel like they should have gotten something. Jet Driver is not Jamie. Okay. Well, now I'm very confused then. I don't know who Jamie is. This is the problem with putting the real name instead of the screen name on there.
And that was weeks ago.
All right. All right. So, do we have any other information on Jamie?
And this is already been given away already thing, so we can move on to the next person. If he's not in here, that's not the same as.
Yeah.
Let me check one thing real quick. I just want to make sure if I can find any information on this person. Yeah, Jamie Deibler.
Yeah. Who is it? Can you contact him through Venmo? Reply back?
No. Let's go ahead and just run it again if he's not in here. At this point, we're just going. We just want to give these things a win, or away. So
yeah,
let's.
I want to get to the next thing.
Yep. Go ahead and spin him again.
Here we go. Just give me 2 seconds because I got to go in my little program. It's got to pop it up. You know, it's official. Come on. It thinks, and it gives me an ad. Okay, here we go. Hang on. I'm going to continue. And nope. Okay, here we go. Boom.
Glass City Canard.
Ah. All right, so we just got a winner. Well, let's see. What is it? Dune Run. Glass City. I know you're actually local to me. Do you want these door sills? Go ahead and throw them up there again, Steve.
Who's Glass City?
He's local to me. He has a Rapid Blue C8. So if you're okay with the difference, what color? I'm not sure if he has red calipers or not, but if he does, that would make perfect sense. Let me know, Glass City, if you want these, because if not, we're going to move on to the next winner. LT4 powered. None of those dealerships are local. No, the closest one is in South Carolina. All the local dealerships I've noticed, they're not great to work with. I mean, it's the easiest way for me to say it.
We're waiting. We're waiting. Watch the chat.
Yeah, go out and see if he has red calipers.
Yeah, I'm guessing so.
He's like, man, I don't know. Let me run out and look.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Right. Oh.
Yeah, Glass City, let us know as soon as you get a chance, man. We're itching to give these things away.
Okay. Yep. Thanks, guys. Red caliper.
Right. Oh, yeah, and the anniversary wheels.
Perfect. Perfect.
Okay.
Congratulations, Glass City. Shoot me an email. I'm pretty sure we've emailed back and forth. You're actually on the Discord as well. Let me know your shipping address, and I will get that information over to Steve to get these things out in the mail to you. So congratulations. You're the winner and stuff.
You know who's not on? Stephen Rapp's not on here tonight.
I have not seen Stephen Rapp. That's unfortunate. We always notice when the heavy hitters are missing. Stephen Rapp, Larry Anthony, I haven't seen on here.
I'm ready for a new giveaway. This is driving me crazy.
Okay. Yeah, where are the thumbs ups?
Yeah, nobody's been talking about them.
Nobody's been talking about those thumbs ups, guys. We got to get those thumbs ups up like that.
Boom. Done.
Boom. Guys, please hit that thumbs up button. It really helps the channel. It helps make sure other Corvette enthusiasts are seeing this. And we can give away cooler stuff whenever there's more people watching. So you're very welcome, Glass City. Thank you for clearing up the confusion for us there. In the future, guys, any donations you do make, please make sure you include your screen name too, so we know who we're talking to and who's about to win. So it looks like we have 56 thumbs ups. Yeah, that's definitely low. We need to get those up. We need to get those thumbs ups going quick.
A lot of viewers.
What's that?
We got a lot of viewers tonight, so
we do got a lot of viewers. We have over almost 100 more viewers than thumbs ups. That's not cool. We gotta make that right. All right, so let's see what. Actually, you know what? Before we continue, 11-second Eclipse says he talked about the thumbs ups tonight. I love that. 11-second Eclipse. Thank you for doing that. Let's go ahead, Steve. If you want to show, we're going to talk about the new giveaway. How long is this one going to last, Steve? Tell us the details.
The big one is the 15th of May. So that should be a month from now, right?
No, 3 weeks.
Tonight and then one. Yeah, so it'll be basically a month. Yeah. We'll do it the 15th, and this next one, the other item, we'll give away next week.
Okay.
2 weeks.
So let's start with the big one first.
The
big item, the big giveaway for tonight, guys.
If you have a C8, this will fit any color you have. And it comes from ACS Composite. It's $699, and it is carbon flash engine covers, mid-engine covers. This is just the one side.
So obviously, guys, there's two of these to cover both sides of your engine bay. They are the exact same design that GM has OEM-wise, but these are carbon flash painted, and they go for almost $700 on the ACS Composite website. So if you're interested in winning these, it doesn't matter if you have a base C8, a Stingray, or a Stingray, a Z06, or even if you're lucky enough to somehow be driving an E-Ray around, it doesn't matter. These will fit. So whatever car you have, these will fit, and they are carbon flash painted, so they will match whatever color you have as well. These are typically $700. Every $10 donated gets you an entry to win, so you could potentially win these for $10. Venmo is up at the top of the chat. If you guys want to shoot $10 Venmo donations or however much you want to throw in there. Kerry Glock technically these would work for a convertible. Just you'd never see them unless you have the cool clear thing that Jason has.
Yeah, from AMT Custom Designs.
So again,
And
yep.
one more item.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So tonight only, or no, we're gonna do this for 2 weeks.
Next week. We're giving away next week.
So 2 weeks. The 2-week giveaway is going to be a smaller item, but you're automatically included into it, especially if you donate for the engine dress-up parts he just showed. You're going to be entered in for both of them. You can win both of them as well. And it's called the Magic Link. So what this is going to do for you, it's going to give you wireless Android Auto or wireless Apple CarPlay with a Corvette C7 or the 2020 C8 where it was not wireless yet. So you can win this. All you got to do is plug it into your system and it will automatically give you that wireless functionality. I use something similar in my C7 ZR1 to get the wireless connectivity because it's a million times easier than plugging something in every time. So those are the 2 giveaways for tonight. So again, you got a $700 carbon flash painted engine brace or engine appearance package covers, and then also that wireless Apple CarPlay option. So,
which is great because this works for the C7 and or a 2020 C8 because they didn't have Apple CarPlay or wireless.
Yeah, the thing is that actually will work with any car that has CarPlay, but it's not wireless. So if you have even like the C7, it doesn't even have to be a Corvette though. It will work with any car that has CarPlay without it being wireless. It doesn't even have to be a Corvette. 11-second clip said, "Hey Amber."
Hey.
I know. I saw her lurking in the back. She just wanted to hit you. She was like,
Yeah. All right. So Steven Rapp's in the house. We just talked about him not being here. We noticed you were missing, Steven. Welcome back. He says he sent a photo. Okay. Let's take a gander. I'm going to pull up my Venmo here in a second too to see if anybody's donated. Oh, wow. All right. So Steven Rapp's 70th anniversary Z06.
Oh.
It is in PDI, which means he is about to get this thing any day now.
oh wow.
Yes. Congrats, Steven. So you're the second one on the chat tonight that has their Z06 basically in their hands. Okay, so yeah, where is the Shanester? Shane is not on tonight.
There's no way he's got something better to do.
Oh, wow.
That's funny. Yeah, ouch. LT4 Powered says free jorts with every Vet Syndicate shirt purchase. We don't do jorts here, buddy. No jorts. Congrats, Steve.
Brand new.
I had to look that up to see what the heck jorts
Really?
were. No,
That's funny.
I didn't even know what it was.
All right, let's see. Steven Rapp, since you're in the house, if you want to take a look at the new giveaway for the month, technically, it's going to be some engine dress-up parts. So these are in carbon flash black. And you also get the wireless Android Auto or Apple CarPlay adapter to kind of give your car wireless functionality if it doesn't already have it. So pretty cool. Actually, it looks like we did get a donation. Looks like Steve Robertson gave $50, so he gets 5 entries.
Oh, got it.
And that obviously he is getting entered to win both of these items. So even if he wins one, it does not exclude him from the other one. So tonight and next week only, you will be entering to win both of those items. So let's see.
Bam.
What do we got here? So congrats. 83 thumbs up, guys. We could definitely use a little bit more than that. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button if you could. It really helps the channel. And it makes it so we can give away cooler stuff. So, yeah. Smash that thumbs up. Really, really helps. All right, so let's move on to the next little bit of information here, guys. If you haven't seen it yet, Amelia Hartford managed to hit 9s in her Z06 with nothing really different outside of NOS. So she added NOS to the car and was able to hit 9s. That's pretty impressive considering, I mean, the most impressive thing is that the car can handle getting a shot of NOS without exploding. And the fact that it hits 9s pretty easily, that's pretty awesome too. I'm not going to focus a lot on this because it's something that most of us would probably not do anyway, as far as like throwing NOS at the car, but it is pretty cool still that the car can do that well with such little modification. Next, we'll talk real quick about the Savage Geese video. If you guys haven't seen this yet, Savage Geese kind of reviewed and put on the track a GT3 and the Z06 to see which one was, you know, the better track car, so to speak. And believe it or not, the Z06 actually edges out the GT3. There's a couple reasons why that's super impressive. The biggest one is that the GT3, the Porsches in general, are just track monsters. And the fact that the Z06 was able to come in there and edge it out is pretty cool. But if you guys don't know, the new GT3s are actually, they actually have rear wheel steering too. So when you're going through a turn, your rear wheels are also helping steer that car, which is incredibly awesome when you think about it from a handling perspective. But the fact that, again, the Z06 was able to actually edge that car out without that kind of functionality is insanely impressive. So imagine if the car did have that functionality. Stephen Rapp throws $50 at the super chat, so he gets 5 entries for those items as well. He says the Z06 is on his mind. I can imagine, man. If I got a picture like that and that was my car just sitting there waiting for me, I'd be setting up camp outside, literally just sitting beside it. Bruno, I heard that. She told me that. She said that she did want you really bad.
Check your Venmo.
She told me not to say anything though. Blown 6 Gen says Venmo sent. Let's take a gander. All right. So we got Jeremy Deibler, who obviously just won those. Yeah.
That was Jamie.
That's what I said.
You said Jeremy.
Okay.
So
Maybe
what is his real name? I mean, the screen name.
Glass City. He's the one that just won the AMT custom design door sills. He donates $30. So he gets three entries to win all of these things. That's why I said Jeremy, because the next person was Jeremy. He's blown 6 Gen. He donates $50 and he says, appreciate all the work you guys do to put these shows on. Thanks, blown 6 Gen. We appreciate you. So 5 entries for blown 6 Gen, three entries for Jamie, 5 entries for Steve Robertson, which we already got on there, I believe. Thanks again, guys, for all the donations. You guys are awesome. We try to have really cool giveaways here available for you just because you guys are so awesome. But what would really help is if you could also hit that thumbs up button. There's no money involved in that, and it really helps out the channel still. So hitting the thumbs ups, being on here, kind of interacting with us, it all really helps.
Yeah, 2020 Matrix also, Jeremy. Hey, did you see Dune Run had 2?
Yeah, so Dune Run donates $20. He gets 2 entries. Thank you, Dune.
Got it.
BPR says, what is the best way to send you a video? I'm pretty sure the way you have been sending them to me is through Google Drive. That is probably the best way. That's going to allow me to bring it on in the best quality possible.
Yeah. Check your Venmo again.
Future Sean. Okay. Let's check my Venmo. Sean says, thanks for the great content, buddy. Z06 build date May 1st and waiting for the TRX might give me a stroke. That's right. I forgot you were waiting for the TRX too. I don't know how you held out 6 months, Justin. Actually, mine was only 5. I only got 5. I only had to wait 5 months. And how long was yours, Jason?
I think it was like 3.
I was going to say yours came in really quick. So that was $50, Steve. So 5 entries.
Got it. Mine was 5 weeks.
No,
No,
we're
I
talking
mean
about
this
TRX.
is for the
Oh.
TRX. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Z8. I was like, mine got quick.
No, but I'm still mad you got your stupid speed shield in. You want to see mine? Right here.
I already have that sucker.
You didn't get it yet?
My car came first. My order came first, but
You got his like 2 months before me.
yeah.
Huh.
They
Blown
probably,
Six Gen
because it's
says he got his TRX in 2 months.
Dang.
Wow.
He's got all of us beat.
Yours was 6 months.
No, mine was 5.
That was 6.
Mine was 5. I'm
We
pretty
ordered in
sure.
October and picked it up first.
It was
April 2nd.
yeah, it was like the end of October.
Yeah.
So it was pretty much November.
You're
Let's
sleeping
see.
on-
Yeah, 20. There's too many Jeremys. You guys got to start changing your names. That's the only way. Judy says my thumb is up.
Hi, Judy.
Hi guys, and Amber just got on here. Amber says hi, Judy. Steve Robertson says he'll be at the bash later this week. I want to talk to you guys about the bash. I think I mentioned this once before, but I was going to go to the bash, and then a friend of mine ended up backing out, and he's not going, so now I'm not either. I will not be there. So if you guys were expecting me to be there, I will not be there this year.
We're gonna have our own Corvette bash on Saturday.
There you go. So that's pretty good. General Lee says that his Z06 took 42 days from ordering to delivery.
Wow.
That's
insane.
really impressive. Why did it feel like it was forever? I remember like waiting with you, and I felt like it was just taking forever.
Mm-hmm.
Witness protection is kind of insistent about keeping your name the same, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, so let's check some other information out here with you guys. All right, so we talked a little bit about the Savage Geese thing. Again, this is a huge deal that the Z06 was able to edge out the GT3. The Savage Geese did say that if the track was smaller, that the GT3 would probably win. The biggest thing that the Z06 was able to edge by the GT3, the biggest reason was because of the longer straights. The Z06 had more horsepower, so more speed. Let's see. The next little bit of information we'll talk about. Yeah, let's talk about some lap time. So me and future Sean were talking about this off screen on the Instagram. And it looks like, again, another big win for the Z06/Z07. This is kind of a track time that they're able to put down that was better than pretty much anything else. So it puts it in number 2 slot, and it's literally only behind the McLaren Senna, which, if you guys don't know, yeah, there's quite a price difference there.
Yeah. A couple dollars.
Yeah, at least 50 cents. But but the cars, again, that it has beat the GT2 RS, which is literally an absolute beast. So the GT2 RS has a ridiculous time on the Nürburgring, and the Z06 is able to beat it here. Now, this is not the Nürburgring. So this is not the Nürburgring, obviously, but nonetheless, it is impressive. It beats the GT2 RS, the GT3 RS, Ferrari 488 Pista, that's pretty incredible too. The McLaren 765.
Yeah.
What's that?
And the STO, which is literally a track car. Like, it was built for the track. That's
Exactly.
by over.
So, and now this is impressive because I keep showing you guys how awesome the Z06 is on the drag strip, but it's not a drag car. Now we get some actual information here showing how awesome this car is on the actual track where it was built to shine. And we're seeing it's shining pretty freaking bright at this point. So the 2 cars that it's in front of, the GT2 and the GT3 RS, those are very impressive cars to be able to beat on any track. So very cool. Now, if you look way down at the bottom there, you'll see the Corvette Z06 C7, which is a solid 3 seconds slower on this particular track. But even that is still faster than the AMG GTR, which is a again, a really cool car. It's a really fast car. But even then, the C7 was still beating that. So Chevy always, they have a way of making these cars that literally compete with supercars for a fraction of the price. Normally a fraction of the price. Nowadays, you got to pay a little bit extra, but it's still cheaper. That's all there is to it. Steve Robertson says, I got a call from my dealer last Thursday telling me he got Z06 allocations. My $30K over MSRP wasn't enough to get one. Wow.
Who said that?
Steve Robertson, 30K over. Man, that's massive.
People are greedy.
It's a problem with greed. There's no doubt. And the sad part is that these dealerships that are charging this much over for this car, they are going to feel the repercussions of this eventually. They're going to. The people that were diehard dealership supporters, they're not coming back once they have the option. It is a serious course from what I've or serious track from what I understand. And the fact that the Z06 is literally landed number 2, and it's behind a car that is significantly more expensive, and it's still only barely behind it. So definitely impressive stuff here. The car is doing some insanely awesome things, and we're finally starting to see these things come out where the car's doing the things it was built for. It's not just the drag strip stuff. Stephen Rapp says, thanks again, Justin, for convincing me to buy the 70th Z06. You're very welcome. I would always be happy to help anybody customize their build. If you guys ever need any help or any even just suggestions on what you should include in your build, feel free to email me. I'm always interested in helping out with that stuff. Darren, thanks for tuning in. He says he's late to the show, but he finally made it. He has a really, really cool car setup as well. He's got 2 C8s. One of them is a Z06. One of them is a Stingray. Oh, and he's got a Grand National.
Wow, that's your favorite car.
That is literally one of my favorite cars.
Yes. Glass
City says, first allocation at dealership I bought from was just got 80,000 over on their first Z06. Oh my god. Oh, it's so disgusting.
That's cheap.
I mean, that you can buy a really, really fantastic car for 80 grand. So you're literally buying another car on top of buying a car without getting the second car.
You can get a Cadillac.
All right, so let's talk about the giveaway one more time, Steve. Do you want to throw those things up on the screen? These are the ACS composite engine appearance package kind of covers. They're carbon flash black. And tonight and next week only, if you donate, you'll also be entered to win the wireless Android Auto or CarPlay adapters. And you can win both. So if you put money in for it, you'll be entered to win both of them. And if you win one, it does not take you out of the winning for the other one. So keep that in mind. But if you guys are interested, the Venmo link is pinned at the top of the chat, or any super chats. Every $10 donated is an entry. That's pretty interesting. So Stupid Fast Truck says that on Speed Phenom's video, a bad TPMS sent his Z06 into limp mode. That's interesting. But I mean, the thing is you got to realize, especially on the track. I mean, I know he has a Z07 car and he's on the track. Your tires are pretty freaking important. Like, you need to know what's going on with those tires. And if your tire's losing pressure for any reason, it probably should send it into limp mode versus sending you into a wall. I think that makes perfect sense. Yeah. Dr. Corvette's in the house. He says, what's up, gang? Anybody going to the Corvette Bash this week? I was going to go, but a friend of mine that I was going with canceled, so I am not going any longer. But anybody else in the chat, if you're going, let Dr. Corvette know. You might be able to meet up. Dad's Garage says, please hit the thumbs up. We're still about 50 behind what's watching here. That'd be really cool, guys. If you could, please hit that thumbs up. Really helps out the channel. Shane is in the house. Look at that. He's just logging on. What's up, Shane? Thanks for tuning in.
Where's Larry Anthony?
Yeah, he's the only one that hasn't shown up after we talked about him.
Yeah.
Steven Rapp says, is that the magic box that allows the passenger to watch Netflix? It is not, but we actually have that one as well that may make it on the show as a giveaway at some point. This one will just allow any car that has CarPlay to be wireless if it's not built-in wireless. So like I use this in my C7 ZR1 to have wireless CarPlay versus plugging my phone in every time. AARPM is going to be there. Shane is going to be there. And Steve Robertson said that he might be there. So you got 3 people right off the bat, Dr. Corvette, that might be there with you. So GM was correct about the GT2 RS comparison. Yeah. So if you guys remember back in the day, I actually posted them on my YouTube channel here, the pictures of GM benchmarking the Z06 with a GT2 RS. And a lot of people were thinking that that was like their way of trying their best to get to that point with a Porsche, because there was like no chance that the Z06 was ever going to out a Porsche GT2 RS. But it looks like it did. So yes, this is exactly what they were doing. And if you remember right, in that same photo, they also had I think it was a 458, a Ferrari 458, and they were benchmarking with it as well. But that doesn't even matter because they beat the 488 and the GT2 RS. So they were definitely benchmarking the correct cars. Okay, we got 101 thumbs up currently. We could definitely use more than that. I really like to end with 200, but that seems like it might be a little high.
That's a reach.
Tonight.
That's a reach.
Yeah. All right, so guys, last little piece of information I want to talk about real quick is the video that I did the other day, which of course is the E-Ray getting banned on some tracks and other places too. So if you guys have not seen the video that I did already discussing some of this, we're going to talk a little bit about it tonight, because what it really comes down to is the car is getting banned from particular racing events, from and some tracks as well, because of the fact that it has a battery in it, specifically a lithium-ion battery. Now, for those of you who don't know, lithium-ion batteries can catch fire, and when they do, they're extremely, extremely hard to put out. So it's not just that a battery can catch fire, because of course so can a gas-powered car. But a gas-powered car fire is much easier to put out than a lithium-ion fire. So because of that, we have the National Club Competition has banned the E-Ray totally. So this comes to us initially from the Drive. They reported on this, showing that the National Club Competition would be banning this car, but there are some tracks that are doing it as well. So again, it's kind of interesting, because this is, like it or not, this is pretty much the future. This is where we're heading to as an automotive enthusiast, group. And yet, unless something changes, we're not going to be allowed to have these things on the track. So how does that work? But yeah, I mean, like I said, lithium-ion battery fires are not easy to extinguish. I don't know. I'm curious what you guys think about this. Now, this is obviously a rule that could change in the future, but that's to be seen.
I think once they teach the people that have to come, the emergency crews, they have to get them the right equipment to put the fires out. They have to teach them how to properly handle those fires to make it effective. One thing that I looked up though too, so on hybrids, per 1,000 units produced, there's 3,475 fires on those cars, whereas gas powered per 100,000 is only 1,529. But what I think is interesting is the full electric per 100K is only 25. And that's from the National Transportation Safety Board. So that's kind of odd that hybrids are so high and full electric is so low. But it does, you're not going to have those fires, and generally, unless there's damage to the battery, like obviously in a collision, or if there's just an issue with it altogether, like if it starts to have problems.
So, Jason, I want to interrupt you real quick for a second here because I got a comment that I knew was coming. RGM says, guess what? Gasoline catches fire too. And I literally
Correct.
just addressed this. It does, but it does not burn the same way that a lithium ion fire does. So,
Correct.
you got firefighters out there. They can put out a gasoline fire or a gasoline car fire. The lithium ion fires are almost impossible to extinguish from what I've heard. So that's the biggest difference. And
They take
just like Jet Driver said,
yeah, they take tens of thousands of gallons of water to extinguish the lithium ion fires.
Wow.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I think that's really surprising though. So hybrid cars have more problems with this than a fully electric car.
That's what it said on whatever website I was on earlier. It had a breakdown, and so I was like, can that really be correct? I mean, that seems ludicrous. I don't understand how that is, especially with more of them on the road.
That is weird. So BPM
maybe I need to
Motorsport
go
channel says stopping by to say hi. Just got my wife's new car, and now it's my turn. C6 is on the way. That's right. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Congrats. 115 thumbs up currently. But guys, I'm curious, what are your thoughts on this? So, Jason, did you have anything more to add to that, or was that?
Nope. But so in New York, one of the articles I was looking at in New York, they're having problems in certain places with the e-bikes and the e-scooters catching fire in a lot of the buildings. And man, it is a massive fire. And I believe there were 6 deaths, if I'm not mistaken, last year as a result of it. But yeah, I mean, these fires, again, like you said, are really hard to extinguish. So they're creating a lot of problems. Yeah,
I actually heard that one of my subscribers said that on my video that I posted was that I think it was in New York that they were having a lot of problems with battery powered motorcycles or scooters or something.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, and that's another thing, Mark, is it could be the clause in their insurance policy about vehicles with lithium batteries. That absolutely could be it. And there's a lot of different reasons here. And the reason that insurance policy would exist is because of what we're talking about. The fact that the battery is hard, it's likely to catch fire, and when it does, it's hard to put out. So because of that, they're going to kind of write it into the insurance policy that, yeah, maybe we shouldn't have these things on the track at all until they're a little bit more reliable.
Neuronics.
You know what's interesting? When we did our track event, remember the one that when you and JT came down, remember that Tesla struggling to get around those turns? There was a Tesla on the track and there was no issues. I mean, with him being allowed.
Well, that was also fully electric, so maybe that is a thing. The fully electrics are okay, but the hybrids are not. I would have guessed it's the other way around.
I know. I want to research that one again because I mean I copied it correctly. So, but even then I thought, wow, that's odd.
Jet Driver says lithium ion batteries are what brought down the UPS Boeing 747 a few years ago and killed 2 of his friends. That's crazy. Elijah, I'm thinking based on what I just saw there that they were probably most likely just carrying the batteries, shipping them. And that's Steven Rapp. That's typically what they do. They don't even, from what I've seen, the majority of the time they don't even try to put the fires out. They just let them burn until they're done, because it is really hard to put them out. And even if you do, you're not saving the car anyway. I mean, 99% of that car is the battery. So assuming that it's not catching a building on fire as well, there's not really any point in putting it out. Zippity, that is an exact question that I had whenever I made my last video was, what's Ron Fellows going to do with this? Like, Ron Fellows has a Corvette track experience, and the E-Ray should be part of that as well. I'm guessing it will be. And I mean, as of now, I don't think that anything's banned as far as their track is concerned with running the E-Ray on it. But at the same time, if you're not really able to get this car on other tracks, what's the point in even running it on Ron Fellows? I don't know. That's a good question. RGM, I mean, that is a much different scale that you're talking about there. So a lithium-ion battery in your phone, believe it or not, a lithium-ion battery in your phone could still potentially cause enough issues to bring a plane down. But that's not going to cause enough issues on a racetrack to equal what they're referring to. I mean, the difference in the size of the batteries is a lot. There's a giant difference there. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. I figured it was cargo batteries. Let's see. Maddie's Garage says that his next project would be getting an E-Ray, cutting it to do an extreme wide body conversion that will minimize the fact that it will catch fire. I mean, if you're cutting into the car that much, you might as well encase those new batteries in lead or something that will stop them from catching fire to the rest of the car at least. But then your car's going to weigh 12 tons.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's not all tracks. Not all tracks are banning the hybrids, just some of them at this point. That's why I said I don't think Ron Fellows has any ban on their track or anything, so they'd probably be able to run it. And there's a lot of other places you would too, but the fact that any of the bigger events are canceling these things, like the National Club Competition, that's a pretty large one to right off the bat lose out on just because it's a hybrid. And they're just one of the ones coming forward with it right now. So you could potentially see a lot of other places come forward with this in the future and say, yeah, you can't do it here either. You can't do it here. And these are tracks that have been, widely used with Corvettes in the past. So now all of a sudden you can't. It's not great. It is potentially a deal breaker. Really, the battery powered cars that I've seen, like the fully battery powered, like Teslas, they typically don't do a lot of track work anyway. Their stuff is mostly drag strip related, just because the car's just better designed as a drag strip car than a track car because of the difference in weight, especially. But Shane says that he believes the ban will be short-lived as it's a precaution for those new style E-Ray vets. I don't even know that it's a precaution for the E-Ray, to be honest with you. I think this is just something that's been written into the rule book for a while now because of, you can have lithium-ion batteries in different situations and scenarios in your car. And they're just kind of lumping the E-Ray in with that. So I do believe that this is going to change in the future as well. I don't think there's any way that it can't, because you can't really have the performance hybrids set up as a track car if you can't put it on the track. So I do believe this will change. It's only a matter of time at this point. Think about how they run hybrids in the WeatherTech series now. Yeah. I mean, it's like I said, it's only a matter of time before this is something that is changed or at least looked at from a different perspective. Yeah, so guys, one more time. Vet Syndicate Corvette Takeover is April 29th, 11 to 2 p.m. at the Texas Harley-Davidson in Bedford, Texas. These two guys, Jason, front seat driver, and Steve, Protective Dad Pranks, will be there representing Vet Syndicate. I will unfortunately not be able to make it, but you guys should check it out. It's going to be pretty big from what I've heard, and it's always a good time. You can hang out a little bit. You'll be able to, they're going to sell shirts for the first 15, 20 minutes of the show. And then they're going to just kind of walk around and meet and greet. So if you guys want to get a shirt or anything, and those of you who have bought shirts already, they should be shipping next week, Steve?
Yes, I'll pick them up this week. So
maybe this week. Okay, so just so you know, they are coming.
We sold 60 shirts. 60.
Yeah, a lot of shirts.
People be rocking the Vet Syndicate out there.
Thank you all so much for that. I know Matt Hurley was one of the big buyers of those shirts, but
yeah. What the heck is Matt Hurley going to do with 15 medium shirts?
He's going to wear them. I asked him the same question. He said, I'll wear them. I mean, if you think about it, one of my favorite shirts is the Vet Syndicate shirt, and I have 4 of these. So it's like every now and then you'll see me wearing this shirt, and then on the next day it's the same shirt. You think I'm wearing the same shirt, but in reality, I have 4 of them. So Stephen Rapp, that's a good point. He says, Justin, you have a lithium-ion battery in your car. I do. And that's kind of my point, is that this was a rule written in, I don't know even when, but if you could find out when this was put into that rule book, I bet it's been a while ago. Because these are things that have improved so much over the last couple years that it's not really so much a problem anymore as it used to be. Or at least theoretically it was before. So like the battery I have in my car, it has protection against overheating, protection against overcharging, all kinds of stuff like that to prevent any kind of fires from happening. So if my battery has that, then the entire hybrid car definitely has that and then some. Once again, that upper left beauty is outstanding. Bruno, that is a subscriber of mine named William. That is his Black Rose Metallic Z06. So yeah, very, very nice looking car. All right, so guys, I think we're going to start wrapping this up. If you want to get in your last minute donations for the night, we have both of these giveaways going until one of them is ending next week, which will be the wireless CarPlay. Oh, and there he is. There's Larry Anthony, guys. I told you. Everybody we mentioned that wasn't on the show tonight ended up coming in at some point.
Now,
Larry, thank you for tuning in. From Orlando? You're in Orlando? I'm gonna be in Florida in like 2 weeks. You couldn't have waited a little bit, we could have met up. BPR, the Vet Syndicate shirts should be shipping either later this week or next week. So
yep.
Very soon.
Waiting on the phone call. Pick them up.
So also, guys, I know a bunch of you have showed me cold start clips. We're not going to have time to get into them tonight, unfortunately. So if you have cold start clips of your C8 Z06, please email them to me, horsepowerobsessed@gmail.com. I want to have those. I will definitely play those next Monday night for you guys to see/hear. So
check Venmo. The Venmo.
Okay, Kerry Glock donates $10, so he gets one entry to win. Thank you, Kerry Glock. Doug, we appreciate you. Larry, if you're going to hang out in California or in Florida for a little bit, we might be able to meet up. I'm coming down on the 9th. 121 thumbs up currently. Thanks, Shane. But we're going to wrap this thing up, guys. Send me your cold start clips if you have a C8 Z06. I want to play them next week for you guys. Sorry, General. We ran a little bit late on the time tonight, but we will definitely play them next week. I think that's going to be it, though, guys. So thank you again for the donations. Tune in next week to see who wins that wireless CarPlay item, and then we'll move forward with the giveaway of the engine dress-up parts that you guys are definitely going to want to win. So, anyway, thank you.
Peace.